Doing the same things day after day is fine, as long as your habits push you to be your most productive and healthy self. It's unfortunate that many people don't examine how they spend their minutes to see if their routines are helpful or harmful in terms of getting to the next level. However, things are a little different with high achievers. They understand the necessity of being intentional with every bit of the day. Here are the simple daily habits nearly 3 dozen successful entrepreneurs and executives rely on to be at their very best. 1. Use the golden rule. John Beaver is the Executive Vice President and Chief Finance Officer of BioLace Inc., a dental laser company which has sold more than 38,200 lasers in over 90 countries. He said, "I am a big fan of the taking everything I learned in kindergarten approach to your day. First, play fair. Second, clean up your own mess. And third, live a balanced life, meaning learn some, think some, draw, paint, sing, dance, play, and work every day. The most important lesson, treat others how you would like to be treated." 2. Stop multitasking. Vinita Venkatesh is the Vice President of Product Marketing for Maya Systems, the creator of conversational AI recruiter Maya, which was named to the CB Insights 2018 AI 100 list. She said, "There are a million things that we want to accomplish each day. However, multitasking doesn't really help us get anything done to its fullest extent. Instead, each day I focus on compartmentalizing different streams of thought or activity to help reduce the transition time between the many things I need to get done. Visualizing and setting mental goals for the day, week, month, and even several months, then creating deadlines afterwards, helps to make progress on multiple fronts each day. Finally, I make sure to enjoy the journey with a smile and define productivity to include relaxation and time for myself to help keep the engine running smoothly." 3. Take time to be mindful. Eyal Barad is the co-founder and CEO of Cannabix Pharmaceuticals, a US public company developing a platform leveraging novel drug screening tools and AI to create cannabinoid-based therapies for cancer that are precise to a patient's profile. In regards to taking time to be mindful, he said, "This can be reading, meditating, or praying. Take these moments to be thankful for all you have, and it can serve as fuel to move you forward." 4. Get out of the comfort zone. Nothing grows in the comfort zone, and Chris Amon agrees. He is the co-founder and Chief Technology Officer of Interaction, a consumer neurotech company with $28.2 million in funding, and the creator of Muse, a brain-sensing meditation headband with hundreds of thousands of users and millions of meditation sessions to date. Chris said, "No matter how busy I get, I practice flow daily. Flow means different things to everyone, but for me, flow is deeply immersed in an activity to the extent that all mental chatter disappears and I stop having self-referential thoughts. If I am able to get flow in the first 1 or 2 hours of the day, what follows is more potent and gets me in the zone for the rest of the day. Weekly, I stretch every dimension of myself, whether it's moving powerfully and fast or slow and mindful, engaging deeply with friends, making love, dancing, or stretching my body in yoga. Doing this over time keeps my thinking from becoming too one-dimensional. Monthly, I aim to push my limits to do something that scares me. I truly believe this to be the only way to experience exponential growth. Overall, the advice I credit with making me most productive is to know when you need help and ask for it. 5. Eliminate chaos by staying proactively organized. Nate Kelly is the CEO of Adero, a new tracking technology brand born from what used to be Tracker, which recently received $10 million in funding. He said, "The CEO of the home is the person who spends more time worrying about everyone else's needs than their own. It took me a long time to realize it, but the most meaningful moment for me every day is when I can take some of that mental load and anxiety off my wife's plate. So if I organize my day ahead of time, I'm also making sure she isn't scrambling to help me when it's already too late. I use technology as a tool, so I know if I have all my essentials for the day with me before I need to walk out the door, and I am teaching my children to use the same tool so we can keep the entire family chaos-free." 6. Keep score of how often you say thank you. Rob Waldron is the CEO of Curriculum Associates, a K-12 education technology company providing instructional and assessment materials which serve more than 7 million students and 300,000 educators nationwide. He said, "A while back, I recognized the need to give positive reinforcement more often, and I came up with a goofy system to help. Each morning, I put 3 poker chips on my desk, removing one each time I delivered positive feedback to a colleague. At first, there were days 6 p.m. would roll around and all 3 chips would still be out. A few days of this embarrassing visual kick in the pants made me hyper aware of the fact that I had gone entire days without saying something positive about someone's performance. This daily habit had the desired impact, and within weeks, my behavior improved, with the chips being gone by afternoon, sometimes even morning. Now I am so practiced I don't need the chips at all, but mentally keeping score helps me remember to keep doling out meaningful reinforcement." 7. Act with agility and simplicity. Laurent Ubati is the co-founder and CEO of Sitel Group, a nearly $2 billion global company with 75,000 employees across 27 countries, dedicated to customer experience management for its 400+ clients around the world. He said, "Our world is becoming more and more complex with new technologies and digital resources at our fingertips, but what I have found to be the most helpful is simplifying how we communicate with team members in order to drive meaningful change and innovation. We follow what is called a small tent strategy, where we encourage working in small groups, which helps us to make decisions quickly. As an entrepreneur, I knew the importance of keeping things as simple as possible, not only to stay agile but to keep improving and transforming our business quickly." 8. Own your schedule. Monu Kalsi is the Vice President of Marketing for Stericycle, where he directs all aspects of marketing, digital, brand, and analytics for a $3 billion B2B services business in North America. He said, "I truly believe that if one is not in control of their schedule and priorities, then others will determine what it should be, and what they decide might not be very pleasant. So whether it's your meeting calendar, daily or weekly goals, projects, or your weekend plans, if you are not taking charge of them, then either you will have to accept what is being planned on your behalf or get frustrated. This doesn't mean that you should have disregard for input, but I believe that you should take ownership and proactive action. Success comes to those who do not just plan well but execute with the same rigor." 9. Slow down to wake up. Cameron Conaway is the Director of Marketing Communications at Solace, an advanced event broker technology company that's moving data for 6 out of the 10 world's largest investment banks and helping to connect over 450 million citizens in India. He said, "The technology around us is accelerating at breakneck speed, but that doesn't mean we should be influenced by its collective pressure and move at a similar pace. There are, of course, times when we need to go heads down and hustle to meet tight deadlines, but more important, I believe, are those times when we intentionally slow down, whether to reflect on lessons from a recent project or to look ahead to prepare for the future. Because my default is hustle, I carve out blocks of time each week for focused but relaxed thinking." 10. Find your creativity. Arvind Raichur is the CEO of Mr. Owl, a community interest engine that has gone from just a few thousand users to more than 400,000 and is averaging over 1 million mobile sessions a month. He said, "In the tech industry, what often sets people apart is their level of creativity. Therefore, every morning I do 2 things that help me think in a fresher, more creative way. First, I exercise, which for me is very meditative and helps me reset for the day. Afterward, my attention and concentration are heightened, which goes in hand with the second morning habit, which is reading business-related books and articles with my breakfast. I find that these readings help me find new concepts that inspire me and also help me think through ideas in new and different ways. These habits provide me with a little extra motivational boost that has helped me grow and has made me into a more effective leader." 11. Write it down. Deborah Conrad is the Chief Marketing Officer at Grand Rounds, a healthcare navigation tool that connects more than 4.2 million people to high-quality care. She said, "I am a list maker and note taker. I have a new notebook that I start every month and I always have it with me. I use it for making notes in meetings, but also like to capture ideas when they come to me, inspirations or phrases from others, and of course, the to-do lists. I find that when I write something down, I tend to remember it in a lot more detail than if I jotted a note in my phone or computer. For me, there is something about the act of writing that makes it stick with me. Every few days, I will look back at my notes and lists and make new updated lists. I love crossing things off the list too. It's a very satisfying part of the process. 12. Have a dog in your office. Dr. Art Pepier is the founder and CEO of Visual DX, a diagnostic clinical decision support system that has become the standard electronic resource at more than half of US medical schools and more than 1,500 hospitals and institutions nationwide. He said, "We have welcomed Tobias, a rescue Pomeranian, as an office companion for years. Now more employees have realized the emotional and health benefits of having a canine companion at work. This not only helps the dog and its owner's mental and physical health, but also everyone in the workplace. Meetings, office visits, and the work days are all brightened by our furry friends." 13. Start your day reading an actual newspaper. Shri Menon is the Senior Vice President of Strategy at Top Hatter, an entertaining mobile shopping marketplace with 25 million shoppers and thousands of e-commerce sellers around the world. She said, "While I consume the majority of media and information throughout the day online, I always start my day by reading the physical newspaper for at least 15 minutes. My career in e-commerce is fast, mobile-centric, and often hectic, so I cherish this time absorbing the news without the added distraction of videos, advertisements, clickbait articles, and the like that comes with digital media. This daily practice allows me to begin the day with a clear head before tackling challenges at work and home." 14. Set a routine and stick to it. Claudio Erba is the CEO of Godisable, an AI-enabled learning platform company used by more than 6 million people at 1,500 organizations in over 90 countries. He said, "Whether I am traveling or in the office, I always stick to a routine that keeps me focused and allows me to engage in the things I love. When I'm home, my routine is to wake up, take my longevity supplements, get a cup of coffee, and enjoy my daughter as much as possible before she goes to school. After a day at the office, I cap off my day with a 20-kilometer mountain bike ride to keep me active and clear my head to be fully present when I'm home and not still in the office. Keeping a routine when traveling can be challenging, so when I do travel, my only routine is to find the place that cooks the best eggs royale in town. So far, the best place is in Paris." 15. Clock quiet time with your children early in the morning. Adam Arlbacher is the co-founder and CEO of Fabric, a company focused on helping new parents secure a financial future with over $12 million in funding and tens of thousands of customers. He said, "I have 2 young boys and they like to wake up super early, I mean like 5 a.m. I wouldn't be awake then by choice, but I love having quiet time with them every morning and we spend about 20 minutes reading books together. Family is really important to me and that time in the morning really helps put things in perspective." 16. Walk around with your head up. Jeff Gilbert is the co-founder and CEO of SEP, a software product design and development firm serving clients ranging from Fortune 100 to scale-up companies. He said, "We walk through life with our heads down, busy and engaged. I like to watch for things to appreciate, both natural and man-made. It builds on appreciation for the wonder of this world and the creativity of people doing good work. It is humbling, encouraging, and centering for me. Look up." 17. Focus on one goal. Steve Iskander is the Chief Growth Officer at Driver Reach, a digital mobile-first applicant tracking system that helps recruiters manage the CDL driver application process, where he grew revenue at the company by 40% each month in 2018. He said, "An avid participant in Ironman triathlons, I am required to wake up early to train during the week. Instead of letting my focus wander, I identify and focus on one wildly important goal for the day. By the time I get to the office, I've already trained for hours and I'm fully charged with ideas of how I'm going to accomplish the goal before I get distracted by the whirlwind." 18. Wake up to an old-fashioned alarm clock and drink black coffee. Russ Perry is the founder of Design Pico, a cloud-based graphic design platform he launched in 2015 and was on pace to reach $10 million in revenue in 2018. He said, I use an old school alarm clock to wake up. No iPhone or other electronics aside from 2 AA batteries. The clock starts screeching at 4:45 AM each day, then I wake up with black coffee. Meditation, green smoothies and yoga dominate the spotlight, but the original life hack, black gnarly coffee, shouldn't be ignored. No dairy, no milked almonds, just honesty in a mug. Thanks for watching.